all chemistry classes. Last class we studied about periodicity in properties. We studied about two properties. What are that? First property was atomic radii. Second property what we studied? Ionic size. And we also studied about ionization enthalpy. Ionization enthalpy. These three trends that we already studied. In today's class, we will study about other two. The first one that we are going to study today is electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy. And the next property is electronegativity. These two properties we are going to study today. Electron gain enthalpy and electronegativity. The first property that we are going to discuss is electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy. Look, to a neutral atom. Consider X as a neutral atom. When an electron is added to a neutral atom, the amount of energy accompanying or the amount of enthalpy accompanying this change is called as what? Electron gain enthalpy. The amount of enthalpy change that accompanies when an electron is added to a neutral atom to form a negative anion is known as electron gain enthalpy. It is the energy release. It will be usually the energy released. It can be endothermic or exothermic. The energy released when an electron is added to a neutral atom. It can be endothermic or exothermic. Usually for all the atoms it will be usually negative. Can be also positive, also negative. The energy release will be usually negative. It is represented by negative electron gain enthalpy. Students, the ease with which an atom can accept an electron, ease with which an atom can accept an electron, is known as electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy. Look here in X in gaseous form, when it accepts an electron, the energy can be released or absorbed. Energy usually will be released to form an X minus in gaseous state. The enthalpy released here is known as electron gain enthalpy. As I have already said, it can be endothermic or exothermic. Usually in the case of halogens, group 17, in the case of halogens will have highly negative, in the group 17 halogens will have highly negative electron gain enthalpy usually, because they can attain stable electronic configuration when we add an electron to it. They can attain a stable electronic configuration. So it will easily add an electron. So they will have highly negative electron gain enthalpy for halogens. Halogens will have highly negative electron gain enthalpy. But in the case of noble gas, it will be very difficult to add because an electron should be added to a new shell. In the case of noble gases, we have already studied the electronic configuration. In the case of noble gases, when we need to add an extra electron, it should be added to a new shell. So for them the electron gain enthalpy will be positive. For them the electron gain enthalpy will be positive because it will be highly difficult to add an electron to the neutral atom with highly stable configuration. But to attain stability, it will be easy to add. So for halogens, it will have highly negative electron gain enthalpy, and for noble gas, the electron gain enthalpy will be positive. Now let us study about the trends in periodic table of the electron gain enthalpy. What is the trend? When we move from left to right in a period, the electron gain enthalpy become highly negative. It become more and more negative from left to right. It will become more and more negative up to halogens. Up to halogens it will be more and more negative, and for us we have already studied for noble gas it will be positive. Okay. From left to right up to halogens it will be more and more negative, and it will be highly negative for halogens. As we come down the group, we can see that new shells will be added. So it will be positive. As we go down the group, it will be positive. Electron gain enthalpy will be positive. As we go down the group, and from left to right, it will be highly negative. It goes on increasing. It will become more and more highly negative. We have already studied that as we go from left to right, what happens? The atomic radii decreases because nuclear charge increases. Nuclear charge increases as the atomic number increases. Hence the radius will be very small. So it will be easy to add an electron to a smaller atom. So it becomes highly negative. It will be easy to add. Electron gain enthalpy will become highly negative because from here to here, what is the atomic radii is decreasing. From top to bottom, what happens is that the electron should be added to the next shell as we go down the group. So it will be bigger and bigger size atom. So if we add an electron to the outer orbital, the interaction will be very slow. So because of shielding, we cannot hold an electron to a bigger atom. If we add an extra electron, the nucleus cannot hold that electron easily compared to that of a smaller atom. From left to right the radius decreases, and from top to bottom the radius increases. These are the reasons. You should explain on the basis of nuclear charge, ionic or radii, atomic radii or atomic size. You should explain the reason for electron gain enthalpy trend based upon the nuclear charge. From left to right, the nuclear charge increases, atomic radii decreases. So it will be very easy to add an electron to a smaller atom. Let us study one exception to the general trend. Look, fluorine, these are halogens, fluorine and chlorine. Oxygen, and below it will be sulfur. This is a group. This is a period that we all know. Okay. Oxygen, sulfur and fluorine and chlorine. Look carefully. It will be easy to add an electron to a chlorine than that of fluorine. Hence chlorine will have high electron gain enthalpy compared to fluorine. Because look, in fluorine it will be a smaller atom. So if we add an electron, there will be electron repulsion. This is an exception. Electron repulsion will be more. But when we add an electron to a chlorine is comparatively bigger. It is bigger in size compared to fluorine. So we can easily add an electron. So the electron repulsion will be decreases. So electron gain enthalpy will be higher for chlorine than that of fluorine. Similarly, in the case of oxygen and sulfur also, it will be easy to add an electron to sulfur than to an oxygen. This is an exceptional case, okay? Exceptional case. Exception. Students, look at this question. phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and fluorine, which will have higher electron gain enthalpy and which will have lower electron gain enthalpy? Predict the trend in electron gain enthalpy in these four elements. Like this the question will come. How can we say? We studied that it will become more when left to right. So fluorine and chlorine is here in the periodic table, and oxygen, sulfur, nitrogen, phosphorus. No, these are the electrons that we should consider. Okay, nitrogen is in the 5th group, oxygen in the 6th group, and fluorine is in the 7th group. That we already know. Okay, as we go from here to here, what happens? It becomes high. So the chance is fluorine will have higher than oxygen, but we have already studied the exception. What we have, anyway we can remember that the phosphorus will have the lower. Phosphorus will have the lower. Okay. Next, from this, among fluorine and chlorine, which will have the highest? Because in fluorine the electron that we should add to the 2p orbital, and in chlorine we should add an electron to 3p. So as I have already said, it will be easy to add an electron to chlorine. So chlorine will have the higher electron gain enthalpy than fluorine. Okay. Next is what? Sulfur and phosphorus. Phosphorus is the lowest, so sulfur will be here. Okay. Chlorine will have the highest and phosphorus will have the lowest electron gain enthalpy. Last property that we are going to discuss is electronegativity. 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 The ability of an atom to attract shared pair of electrons to itself is called as electronegativity. The ability of an atom in a chemical compound to attract electrons to itself. Ability to attract electrons to itself. Ability to attract. It is the ability to attract electrons. Shared pair of electrons. Electrons. This is called electronegativity. Like ionization enthalpy and electron gain enthalpy, electronegativity is not a measurable quantity. Not a measurable quantity. Not a measurable quantity. There are many scales that we use to measure the electronegativity. The first scale that we are going to that was published or that we are going to study is first scale is Pauling scale. This is the name of a scientist, Pauling scale. Second one was Mulliken scale. This is also the name of a scientist. Okay, Mulliken scale. And the third scale is what? Albert-Roscoe scale. Albert-Roscoe scale. These are the main three scales that we use to measure the electronegativity of an atom in a chemical compound. So in Pauling scale, what they do is that they considered fluorine with electronegativity. What? Electronegativity of fluorine is considered to be the number 4. And we are comparing the other elements with the electronegativity of fluorine. Fluorine is the element with higher electronegativity. But remember that the element with highest electron gain enthalpy is chlorine. Okay. So in Pauling scale, they consider fluorine as the element with high electronegativity and will compare the other elements with the value of fluorine. The electronegativity is not a constant value. As we have said, it is not measurable. It is not constant. It depends upon the other atom to which another atom is bound. Look, in HCl, for example, the electronegativity of chlorine depends upon the electronegativity of hydrogen. Chlorine has the highest electronegativity, so it will pull the electrons towards itself. That is the ability to attract electrons to itself. That is for chlorine. And hydrogen comparatively, compared to chlorine, it has the lower electronegativity. We can only compare. It is not fixed. The value of electronegativity is not fixed for any atom. We can only compare the electronegativity of the two atoms in a bond. Okay. Next, let's consider the usual trend. From left to right in a period, what happens is that electronegativity increases. From left to right, electronegativity increases in a period, and from top to bottom, electronegativity decreases. We know that atomic radii decreases from left to right due to increase in nuclear charge. So, it will be very easy, comparatively easy to attract a shared pair of electrons to a smaller atom. So, electronegativity increases from left to right up to halogens. And from top to bottom, electronegativity decreases because the size increases. As the nuclear charge decreases, the size increases. So, if we add, or the ability to attract a shared pair of electrons to itself will decreases. So, electronegativity decreases from top to bottom in a group. This is the general trend of electronegativity. Students, let us also correlate metallic and non-metallic character with electronegativity. Metallic and non-metallic character. Non-metallic character with electronegativity. Non-metals have high tendency to attract electrons to itself. Non-metals will have high tendency to attract electrons to itself. So, we studied that the electronegativity increases from left to right. The elements in the last of the period will have higher electronegativity. That is the halogens. So, we can say that that will be non-metals. Non-metallic character also increases from left to right. So, we can say electronegativity is inversely proportional to metallic character, not non-metallic, it is inversely proportional to metallic character. As the electronegativity increases, the metallic character decreases and non-metallic character increases. So, the non-metals are in the last of the period and the metals, alkali, earth metals are in the first two periods. Okay. We can correlate the electronegativity with the metallic and the non-metallic characters. Non-metallic elements will have high tendency to attract electrons to itself. That is, they will have high electronegativity. So, students, we are going to conclude today's session. In today's class, we learned about two properties, mainly electron gain enthalpy or electron affinity, and the next property was electronegativity. The other properties we studied in the previous classes, ionic size or the atomic size, and ionization enthalpy. We will deal about more questions in the next classes. The questions that came in last year board examinations and in what JEE, main papers, etc. we will solve in next class. Hope you have understood what I have taught. If you have any doubt, you can comment below. Thank you and have a nice day.